Hello, my name's Brian Stormer. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Ford GT fanatic. I trailered my 2006 Ford GT all the way from Fort Lauderdale to Salt Lake City to hang out with my close friends and fellow GT fanatics. I've actually had this car over 200 a handful of times. I have a Garmin GPS and my highest GPS reading is 206. The car, if I had the room, would probably do about 215. They took a stock one of these to 212 at the Nardo test track in Italy. But a lot of people, if they're not familiar with the Ford GT, the basic body design is 40 years old. This car was recreated for Ford's 100th birthday, and they sold it for 2 years, 2005, 2006. And it was a real tribute to a legendary race car. And it's very near and dear to my heart. And I'll keep it forever. You know, I'm a lifer. We're at Miller Motorsports Park, and it's a phenomenal facility. One of the nicest racetracks I've been on. Very challenging, a lot of fun. I'm a real Ford GT fanatic. I had this one for about 3 months, and I decided that if something happened to it, I would have been heartbroken. So I went out and bought another one as a backup.
Hi Camilo, my name is Terry Cord. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. 6th rally, been to every single one of them. Driven to every single one of them from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I love it. There's nothing like it. This vehicle has now 38,000 miles. I've done a few modifications to it. It runs horsepower of 713. That's 713 at the wheels. It's very reliable. I'd say it's as reliable, as a taxi cab or gas key go. No, I've never had a car like this. It's got its own personality. I mean, it's a brute of a car. It's a race car for the streets. There's no doubt about it. what an experience. The track itself is a beauty, top, first class, well kept, well designed.
Hi, my name is Chris Wheeler. I own this car. I split my time between North Idaho and Palm Beach County, Florida. This is the first Ford GT I bought. I bought it in '05 and I'm the original owner. I bought it from a dealership in Hampton, Virginia. It's got about 5,000 miles on it. Because of this car, I've ultimately ended up buying several, and now I own 5 of these cars in a variety of colors. A lot of people ask, why would you want 5? Well, if they still built the car today, I would probably own 1. But the fact that they don't build the car anymore makes me want to hoard the car in case I break one or something. Anyway, this is probably not the most famous GT I own. The most famous one is the Camillo car, which was sold at a charity auction in Las Vegas 4 years ago. It's a 2005 car that Camillo partnered with a guy named Hefner, and they built a special one-off car with a special one-off paint job and some certain modifications they did.
Explain that.
On tape.
Yeah, can you? Yeah.
As long as you're going to cut the tape, I'll explain that.
Sir, would you sign my car?
Would you go away?
Would you sign my car, sir?
And, okay, this will take a little bit. The F-Enzo, the original Ford GTs were built in a time when Ford just had cut a deal with Enzo Ferrari to buy Ferrari. And he went home and announced to his board of directors that he'd cut a deal for Ford to buy Ferrari. He went back to Italy to close the deal. And when he got there, Enzo Ferrari said, "Whoa, sorry, I changed my mind." And as you might imagine, Ford was really annoyed with the whole thing. He went back to Detroit, and he went with his engineers, and he said, guys, you have an unlimited budget. Do whatever you can, build me a race car that can beat Ferrari at Le Mans. And Ford came back a few years later and won at Le Mans first, second, and third place. And there's a famous photograph of Ford and Ferrari after Le Mans where Ford gave him the European finger and said, like that, after winning the race. It was kind of his get even for Ferrari backing out of selling the company to Ford. Thus, the license plate is kind of a play on Ford and Enzo Ferrari.
My name's Shelby Smith. I'm here with the Ford GT National Rally. This is my 2005 Ford GT.
Good evening. My name is Andy Benedict, and I'm from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, which is near Detroit, Michigan. And this is my Ford GT here. It's midnight blue. I am the original owner.
How you doing? I'm Grant Smale from Chicago, Illinois, and this is my 2005 Ford GT. I bought it new back in spring of '05.
I'm Dave Bannister from Detroit, Michigan. I bought this Ford GT in 2006.
Hi, I'm Jim Kreber from Aberdeen, South Dakota, and this is my Ford GT. It's a 2006. I bought it brand new.
This is a car we just built for the 6th annual Ford GT National Rally here for Salt Lake City, Utah.
One of the interesting things is I worked actually for Ford Motor Company for 35 years, so I was able to attend both of the assembly plants and watch this vehicle being built and photograph it as it was going down the assembly line at both of the plants.
It's the best car I've ever owned, and I plan on keeping it till I can't drive it anymore.
So I've had it just over 5 years. It's been twin turbo, making 1,000 horsepower for 3 years.
I have got a lot of other sports cars, but by far this is my favorite. It's the most fun to drive.
This car has about $125,000 worth of modifications done to it, so it's a little different than your average Ford GT. This car's twin turbo. It's 1,000 horsepower. It's capable of doing about 260 miles an hour top speed. Other than that, we're here for a premiere to a movie showing today. We've got probably about 50 different Ford GTs parked out here, all different colors. These cars were made from '05 to '06, the only 2 years Ford made these cars. They've made about 4,038, and we have a forum called the FordGTForum.com. It's on the internet, and we're just a bunch of friends that congregate on there and have become friends over the years. And again, we have a national rally every year that we congregate together one year and get all our cars together for the rally.
It's quite an automobile. I've trailered it and I've had it on tracks now out at Las Vegas, here at Salt Lake City, Virginia International Raceway. I've had it down Austin, Texas at the Goliad, at the Texas Mile, which is a lot of fun. The car itself has about 7,000 miles on it, so it's not a trailer queen, although when I am going far distances, like from Detroit to Salt Lake City, I do put it in a 22-foot car hauling trailer that I pull with my F-Series truck. But only some minor modifications to it. I've got a little bit more horsepower than standard. The car has about 612 horsepower at the tires. I'm definitely a Ford guy. One question I often get asked is, do I ever plan on selling the vehicle? And the simple answer is no.
Put a lot of aftermarket stuff on it, including a Whipple Generation 1 supercharger on it. And it's, right now it's on the dyno, it's about 671 at the rear wheel. What else? A bunch of little carbon fiber bits from Kip Ewing. And suspension, tires, and all that stuff done by Fall Line out of Chicago, Illinois. And also a bunch of interior parts. Just every year I add something new. It's basically the first sports car I've had. But the only other thing I've had that moves about this quick is a Ducati motorcycle. But after being on the track, I found out this is a lot safer.
I've got 25,000 miles. I'm the organizer of Ford GT National Rally, and we're here in Salt Lake City, Utah for 2011. We've got about 85 GTs total, and we're going to be running at Miller Motorsports Park and tearing up roads in Utah for the rest of the week. So it's going to be a good time. Everyone's going to go real fast and hopefully be safe. And that's it.
I have got a lot of other sports cars, but by far this is my favorite. It's the most fun to drive. It's not a historic car, but I treat it like it is. It's super fun to drive. We had it on the track today, and I had a great time.
It's for a client in California. He sent me his car, and I'm doing a different paint job on it. He saw my blue and white car, and he says, "Can you do something for me?" And I said, "Yep." I already had a color scheme already worked out. So unfortunately, it's not finished for this event. But there's some other events that we're trying to get it done for. And he said he'll make all his efforts to bring it to the Rally next year.